Thank you for being here and for your patience as you have likely pondered the reason for our press conference today. As a reminder, no questions will be answered at the conclusion of the press conference. I will provide you with a paper copy of our press release, and as always, will be available afterward for follow-up. I will now turn the press conference over to Winchester Police Chief John Piper.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Good afternoon, and thank you for being here today. We're here to brief everybody and the community about some important updates on a significant criminal investigation conducted by the Winchester Police Department. On December 23, 2018, at approximately 10:53 p.m., Winchester police officers responded to a report of shots being fired at 300 block of Smithfield Avenue. Once on the scene, police officers located 40-year-old Jerry Wayne Reed Jr. inside of his residence, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Police officers immediately attempted life-saving measures until Winchester Fire and Rescue arrived on the scene and took over. Tragically, Mr. Reed was transported to Winchester Medical Center where he was pronounced dead. A thorough and professional investigation of Mr. Reed's murder commenced at the residence that evening and has continued over the last 9 months. The lead detective on this case, Detective Barlow, and the Criminal Investigations Division team of supervisors, detectives, civilians have all worked tirelessly to develop critical evidence and to conduct numerous interviews in this case. I'm extremely proud of the work of all of them. The investigative team also worked closely with the Office of the Commonwealth Attorney and has maintained contact with Mr. Reed's family throughout this investigation. I want to take a moment on behalf of the men and women of the Winchester Police Department to express our condolences to the family of Mr. Reed. I'm pleased to announce that the hard work and professionalism demonstrated by our investigative team have paid off. And I will now turn the press conference over to our Commonwealth Attorney, Mr. Mark Abrams, who will provide some additional information about this investigation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to second the things that the chief has just said as it relates to our sending condolences to the friends and family of Jerry Reed. In all of these efforts, we can't lose sight of what we're about in trying to achieve justice. I also want to second the idea of the close work and cooperation between the police department, as represented by the folks that are here, and my office, especially Deputy Commonwealth Attorney Heather Hovermail, who really worked on a regular basis with the officers in trying to move this forward. It's not always easy and obvious who committed a crime and takes some work. What brings us here today is the fact that today, this morning and this afternoon, indictments were returned on 3 individuals who are charged in this incident of December 23rd, 1919. I'm 100 years off of 2018 when this occurred. The indictments, as I believe several of you know already, were involving 3 individuals: Edward Nathaniel Bell Jr., Xavier Bell, and Ronald Johnson. The charges that came back from the grand jury were similar on these 3 individuals. We've charged each one with felony murder that occurred, which is first-degree murder that occurred when they tried to enter a building with the intent to rob it, a dwelling house. So that's the first charge, is the felony murder. The second charge is there's a charge for breaking and entering, and if you do it armed, that's a very serious charge, and that's the second charge that all 3 were charged with. The third charge was conspiracy, because they got together and formed an agreement to go into this home in kind of a home invasion sense. And that's the charge that the grand jury found probable cause on as well, this conspiracy to commit breaking and entering. The other charges involve attempted robbery of the individuals in the home, some of the individuals. So there were 2 attempted robbery charges, and then there was use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. One individual, Mr. Bell, had a prior felony conviction, and he was also charged with having a firearm after possessing a firearm after being a convicted felon. So those were the charges that were returned today. We hope that through the next several months, as these charges work through the system, justice will be obtained, whatever that might be, and we look forward to moving these cases forward. Thank you.
As of 1:45 p.m. today, all 3 individuals are in custody and being held at the Northwest Regional Adult Detention Center. As is practice of the Winchester Police Department, responding to detailed questions concerning an investigation are not appropriate, as they could hinder the prosecution of those charged. If you have questions unrelated to the investigation or need clarification on what was provided today, I ask that you contact me by email. Thank you all for being here today.